All right, guys, we are back at it with this 1979 Toyota pickup with the LS swap. Today we're going to be installing a new fuel system on it. I'll show you why we are getting rid of the old fuel system and the new changes we're going to make and what we're going to use. All right, this is the new look at the new fuel system. Pretty simple, 15-gallon fuel cell off Amazon, 110 bucks. Couple day shipping, pretty easy. This is Holley's fuel pump. It's two fuel pumps in one. It is a 12-1800. I picked this guy up used. I'm not a rich man by any means, but if I can get a good deal, I try. This is some nylon 6 dash 6 fuel line, Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator, and then the Bull Boost fuel filter. Super simple, and that's what I was going for. And then I just got a fuel pressure sensor for the Holley, so that way I can see what my fuel pressure is. Be kind of nice. I got that from Low Dollar Motorsports. Very inexpensive. We'll see how well it works and the longevity of it. I chose that over the Holley sensor, saved 60, 70 bucks, so hopefully that works a lot better. Chose this fuel pump because it's really nice. It's technically two fuel pumps in one, so I can run one fuel pump when I'm on the street and both fuel pumps when I'm at the drag strip. This whole setup was actually really inexpensive. Bought it, over just over a month's time. So we're gonna get it in. The whole point behind this is that this fuel system, I'm hoping, will be good enough for 1,000 horsepower. Obviously, I'll have to upgrade the line when I start making more power, and that will probably go to a dash 10, which you see I have some dash 10 fittings because that's what that is. That is a dash 10, and that's what that is. So we'll be changing that later on, but for now, just to get the truck back up and running, this is what we're going to do, and I'll show you how I did it, and we'll go from there. Thanks. All right, here we are. Got the gas tank out. We're working our way through the rest of the fuel system. I had to take the driveline out just to get the fuel tank out, but no big deal. I'm excited to clean up all this stuff that I left over from when I initially swapped it because it was hard to get out. So these are the fuel lines. These guys, dripping a little fuel. These guys run through here to the Bosch 04, and then you can see one of the reasons, you can see that split right there. So this fuel system was technically fine, but this guy was just too much for this fuel filter, and so it kept having issues, and it would blow fuel lines. I've blown quite a few already, so I'll be happy to reliably drive this again. So we'll get the fuel line out, or the rest of the fuel system, and we'll go from there. All right, finally got the pump, the filter, and the line that goes to the fuel rail out. Sometimes I think maybe you don't realize how crappy of product you use the first time around until you get something that's better. So you can really see where that blew out now. But I mean, this fuel system would have worked if I would have got a different pump that wasn't so much for the system. So you can see how this system was laid out. It's really simple. So basically you can see those two lines came from the tank. One fed the fuel filter, one came off the filter in return, which the filter is also the fuel pressure regulator, and then the main line that went up to the fuel rail. So really, really simple. I mean, most fuel systems are really simple, but this one especially, anyone can do this. So all right, been at it for quite a while now. Got the fuel pressure regulator mounted, and I had to extend these wires. I'm gonna wrap them up and whatnot, but that wasn't too terrible. I depinned that pin, which was pretty easy. And then back here we got the fuel tank mounted, so it's not going anywhere. I have this roughly wired. I just twisted them together just to make sure everything worked before I finally wired it. I had to extend my wiring, which I have quite a bit of extra, so I'll probably just wrap that up just in case I move the fuel pump. I added this plate right here, just so that way this was onto something firm and instead of this rusted bed, as you can see. So there it is. We'll go underneath and see what else I did. Right. So fuel lines coming down from right there. They are tied away from the exhaust, and you see them, they run right here to the fuel filter. Now I am going to be running another fuel filter that will be, so I have it before and after fuel filter, so that will happen. Ran the wiring inside the frame just a little bit just to get it out from the element as much as I can. And then that runs through here, and that runs all the way up here. So very simple. I'll be changing the wire, or both the wire and this routing later on. I was just trying to get everything done. You see how much rot there is on this. But I did remove the gas tank, so you see all of this. That's where the old gas tank was, so that's really nice. Got the drive line back in. I did have to remove that, which sucked, but it is what it is. So. All right, here we are. Got everything all buttoned up. Checked all the fittings one more time, just to make sure. We'll do our first fire up and see how everything looks. I got the ignition on. All right, let's turn it off and recycle it. I don't know if you can hear the fuel pump or not. It's not nearly as loud as the Bosch. The Bosch was almost like obnoxiously loud. It's terrible. All right, looks like we got fuel pressure, our neutral. Okay, let's go make sure we don't have any fuel leaks. Everything looks good, nothing there. Nothing down there. Alright. Nothing there, it's not heating up or anything. Cool, heck yeah. Well, there it is, guys. So basically the goal here is for this to be 1,000 horsepower capable system. Now the fuel lines aren't, they're -6. I'll be upgrading those to -10, and then everything else should work. My favorite part is that now I know what my fuel pressure is, so that's super kick-ass. So if you like the video, like and subscribe, and I'll be doing more as soon as we start diving into the motor and what we're gonna do with that, and we'll go from there. Thanks, guys.